Hello, I am Keza Sister, and this is my presentation about the special topics in human resource management. To start, we will discuss first about managing diverse human potential. To explain it, we will divide it into 8 subtopics. First is the human capital. Human capital is a concept used by social scientists to designate personal attributes considered useful in the production process. It encompasses employee knowledge, skills, know-how, good health, and education, etc. Companies may invest in human capital through education and training, enabling improved levels of quality and production.
Halimbawa, kung ang isang kumpanya ay nangangailangan ng mga administrative officers, sisiguraduhin ng HR officer na kwalipikado ang mga candidates para sa bakanteng posisyon. Ilalagay ng HR officer sa job description and job responsibilities ang mga kwalifikasyon na dapat mayroon ang mga kandidato sa nasabing trabaho. Upang masigurado ang merit and fitness nito at na maitataguyod ng employee ang trabaho nito. Titingnan ngayon ng HR officer ang edukasyon ng kandidato, karanasan, attitude sa pagtatrabaho at iba pa. Iyan po ang human capital. Sisiguraduhin ito ng isang kumpanya para hindi sila lugi sa empleyado na kukunin nila. O hindi kaya ay magsasagawa ang isang kumpanya ng mga training programs para sa kanilang existing na mga empleyado at maglalaan sila ng pera para dito. Ang iba naman ay nilalaanan ng pera para makapag-aral ang isang employee dahil nakitaan ito ng potential sa mas mataas na posisyon sa kumpanya.
Second is the diverse talents of the human capital. Every employee was chosen because the HR officer saw potential in him. Each of the employees is a talent who are best on their fields. An employee can be good in his or her skills, qualifications, and education. Or his or her work experience. Maybe an employee is chosen because he is good in social and communication skills. Or good in habits and personality traits. Or in individual fame and brand image. Third is the management strategy about harmonization of the human resources. In HR technology speak, harmonization is the knitting together of products so users benefit from a single experience, as well as a data set that cuts across organizations' different departments. According to research by engagement platform provider Reward Gateway, 87% of HR professionals either want or are pursuing ways to integrate new tools into their existing ecosystem. Harmonization, said Will Trace, the company's chief technical architect, is about efficiency and creating a seamless employee journey. When implementing a management strategy for HR harmonization, this should not get in the way of employees doing their job. This strategy must provide a best-in-class experience while making it easy for HR to seamlessly work through the life cycle without interrupting the employee's days. Next is diversity management. What is diversity management? By definition, diversity is the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds and of different genders, sexual orientations, etc. So, diversity management refers to organizational actions that aim to promote greater inclusion of employees from different backgrounds into an organization's structure through policies and programs. Organizations are adopting diversity management strategies as a response to the growing diversity of the workforce around the world. Or in short, diversity management organizational actions that promote a diverse and inclusive workplace.
Tulad halimbawa na lang ng ginagawa ngayon ng Government of Canada, kung papansinin natin ang mga job qualifications ng mga trabaho doon ay mapapansin nating nagpro-promote sila ng diversity dahil inaanyayahan nila ang iba't ibang lahi, relihiyon, tribo at bansa, na magtrabaho sa kanilang bansa kahit na hindi pa sila mga Canadian citizen. Yan ang tinatawag na diversity.
According to a study, there are 4 ways of approach in diversity management. First is the identity blind. Managers should take account of individual differences between employees such as personality or work styles, while turning a blind eye to nationality or gender. Second is assimilation. Managers should not only focus on individual differences but also on workers' socio-demographic group and try to find ways to assimilate people from different groups, such as women or people from non-English speaking backgrounds. Third is the inclusive differentiation. It means that the hiring managers should recognize both individual and group differences but also saw people as individuals within groups and avoided stereotyping regardless of their age, gender, ethnicity, and religion. The last one is the equitable transformation. The hiring managers should consider not only the individual within the group but also wider society influences. They should transform their management practice to level the playing field between those from advantaged and disadvantaged backgrounds of each employees. To uphold diversity in an organization, there should be good practices about it. One of the best practices of diversity management is to have effective communication. To keep a diverse workforce engaging and all the members on the same page, it is vital to building effective communications at all levels. HR management must emphasize communication, take feedback, and use the data to create inclusivity and a positive work environment. Ensure that staff understands the practices, processes, guidelines on security, and other related details. Emphasize overcoming cultural and linguistic challenges. If necessary, have translated critical materials, such as security information. Use warning signs with photographs and icons to make everyone understand. Next is to promote equality. Encourage every member of the organization to promote equality and respect. Stop stereotypical assumptions that are both positive and negative. Please don't make assumptions based on their cultural background or class. Keep your prejudices aside. React promptly and firmly to biases or stereotypes by workers. Know that you are prohibiting discrimination in your laws. Encourage staff to consider peers as individuals and evaluate them for their work rather than on personal considerations. Often our unconscious biases and beliefs could make us misread a situation. Therefore, the management must be sincere and mindful about it. Also, one of the best practices in diversity management is to conduct sensitivity trainings. A company must invest in sensitivity training and imbibe a culture of respect and equality. You may also provide online awareness training to understand the do's and don'ts of heterogeneous work culture. The activity could focus on how to respect different opinions, how to react when people are offensive, how to be open-minded and adapt to beliefs that are different from them. These example practices will surely make diversity in high level in an organization. Why it is important to manage diversity in today's age. It is because a diverse workforce in today's age is more likely to understand of today's customers' needs and come up with ideas to fulfill them. Diversity in the workplace will also increase employee morale and instill a desire to be more effective and work more efficiently of today's modern world. This will greatly increase the productivity of a business. Managing human capital should be pursuant to the Labor Code of the Philippines. For example, the following should be upheld during the implementation of managing human capital in the Philippine government. The Labor Code prohibits discrimination against women on account of their gender, and against children on account of their age. The Magna Carta of Women Republic Act No. 9710, as amended, prohibits discrimination against women and expressly imposes liability for damages on the person directly responsible for such discrimination. The Anti-Age Discrimination in Employment Act Republic Act No. 10911 prohibits discrimination on account of age, and imposes penalties for violation of the act. The Magna Carta for Persons with Disability Republic Act No. 7277, as amended, provides that a qualified employee with disability shall be subject to the same terms and conditions of employment as a qualified able-bodied person. The Solo Parents Welfare Act Republic Act No. 8972 prohibits an employer from discriminating against any solo parent employee with respect to the terms and conditions of employment on account of the employee being a solo parent. The Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act Republic Act No. 8371 prohibits discrimination against indigenous cultural communities or indigenous peoples with respect to recruitment and conditions of employment on account of their descent. The Anti-Sexual Harassment Act Republic Act No. 7877 prohibits sexual harassment in the workplace. The Mental Health Act Republic Act No. 11036 requires employers to develop appropriate policies and programs on mental health in the workplace designed to, among others, raise awareness on mental health issues, correct the stigma and discrimination associated with mental health conditions, identify and provide support for individuals at risk, and facilitate access of individuals with mental health conditions to treatment and psychosocial support. The Philippine HIV and AIDS Policy Act Republic Act No. 11166 also prohibits the rejection of job application, termination of employment, or other discriminatory policies in hiring, provision of employment and other related benefits, promotion or assignment of an individual solely or partially on the basis of actual, perceived or suspected HIV status. This law also states that policies and practices that discriminate on the basis of perceived or actual HIV status, sex, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, age, economic status, disability and ethnicity are deemed inimical to national interest. Human capital management should not ignore the rights of an employee as stated in the Labor Code of the Philippines.